It's interesting at the beginning of a new year, if you ever go to a health club, because if you go to the health club, you see all these people that you haven't seen the rest of the time, and they're there at the beginning of the year because they've often made this year as my New Year resolution that I'm going to get in shape. Well, sadly, what often happens is that people try to exercise way beyond what their body can take. And when they do that, you might see them 2 or 3 times, and then they're so sore because their muscles aren't used to that they quit, and by the end of January, you never see them again until the next year. I sometimes wonder in spiritual exercise if the same thing doesn't happen. Namely, start off with something that is reasonable. It's just like lifting weights. If you lift too much weight, your body isn't prepared for that. The same thing in terms of time of prayer. Start off with something that is reasonable. Again, consistency, that I set that same time each day. This may also sound like a strange thing, but scientists and doctors tell us today, especially in our society and the culture of the United States, that we are a sleep-deprived society. This may sound strange, but in spiritual direction, I often encourage people, if they really want to become a man of prayer, that they set a regular bedtime for the night before, that they make that a regular habit of going to bed at that same time, whether it's a weeknight or a weekend, it doesn't matter. Developing that habit so that you get your body the necessary rest so that when you get up in the morning, you are well rested to enter then into prayer with God. There are various forms of prayer, and you'll learn those throughout the course of your formation. But the most important thing is that you actually make the time to begin prayer with God. There are many devotional prayers, Lectio Divina, the Liturgy of the Hours, many different prayer forms that one can use. But I do believe that the habit of a repeated time and space and setting something that you can attain and then building upon that is the way in which one can become a man of prayer. A prayer is a person you recognize as the one you love. St. John, in his writings in the New Testament, often uses the term beloved. The Lord is my beloved. I love Jesus, and I want to spend time with Jesus. And again, praying is not so much a task such as, okay, I got this done, I got this done, I got this done. And sometimes I'll hear people say, well, I got my prayer in, as if it were a task. I suggest that the attitude towards praying is not about just another task in the list of the day, but praying is about developing, nurturing, and building my time with my beloved Jesus. Jesus loves us, and he wants us to spend time with him in prayer. And once one reaches that level of intimacy in the relationship with Jesus, then prayer does not become some obligation. It becomes a desire in the heart that I want to spend time with the Lord. In the 17th chapter of John's Gospel, on the night before Jesus dies, what does he pray to his Father? He prays for unity. He prays that the Father and the Son may be one, and that all that the Father has given the Son, namely all of us, will be one with the Father. If in fact that unity between Father and Son is what Jesus prays for with his Father, then we do well to imitate the love and the model of Jesus in our prayer, that we seek to develop an intimacy with our beloved Jesus Christ.